What's up guys, this is Gaming, your channel for fresh arena of Valor content, and while the new patch has already hit the shelves, I still have one gameplay that I wanted to show you. In the old version of the game, it's a Brunhilda game that went fairly crazy, and therefore I've stored it on my mobile phone and I kept it for broadcasting it today. And I would say, first of all, let's just check out the armory, and I think everything is okay because none of this has changed with the latest patch because all the items remain unchanged. So this is the build that I've been playing, and this is the build that I still would play with patch 37. So I think we're good to go. I really like this new updated version where you can see all of the equipment, enchantment and arcana in one single screen. Makes it a lot easier because I don't have to flip between the screens anymore. So as you can see, we are playing a standard marksman build. Therefore we're going with some attack speed on the one hand, and we're throwing in some of the damage items on the other hand, and we try to get most critical chances out of this build with the Clave Sancti. We've got Devil's Handshake here for additional critical chances by 20%, and then we're rounding it up with Muramasa, Bloodthirsty Bow and Fenrir's Tooth, but I would say it's completely fine to take Muramasa and throw it out and take the new item, the Dawnbringer, the Dawning Star instead. So we can change it right now, and this is the build that I would play right now with the new introduced item that has been, I think, given us in the latest or the last patch before this one. Enchantment wise, I decided to go with Alchemy because this is the item that gives us the most gold for the buck, and it's basically something that is going to improve your overall outcome because it just means that you're going to have a lot more gold faster, and that just means that you can get more items, and items are especially important on marksman champions such as Brunhilda. In my Arcana setup, I'm going with my normal outlay with the critical chances. This is something that I call the Marksman Warrior build. For critical chances, so we go in with 10 times atrocity to boost our critical chances by 16%. Then we're going with Guerrilla here, level 3, for some movement speed and extra attack speed right from the start. And then we are finishing it off with Skewer, normal attack and some armor pierce. So that's basically the build. If you like this kind of content, consider to subscribe, hit the subscription button, put in the notifications bell to never miss any of my videos. Just to stay updated for all the patch notes, all the reworks and stuff, because this is part of this channel as well. So if you guys haven't seen my video on the latest patch, check it out. You will find it in my video section. And of course, if you like this kind of content, the thumbs up is just highly appreciated because it helps me to grow the channel and tell YouTube that this channel is actually kind of important for YouTube and the algorithm. And yeah. Enough of all these words, let's start with a really short and really bloody gameplay. So we're jumping right into the action. I've taken the boots first. That's something that I do recommend on marksman heroes instead of going for the first item. I like the real item in sort of a weapon. So in this case, I'm going with the boots, building them to the upgraded version, and then we are going to start with the more offensively oriented items. And I'm here on my lane with one of my teammates who's playing Lumbur ever since. And I think he really liked the changes that have been implemented to Lumbur. Unfortunately, I did not think that this Slims would be so fast and getting away with flicker, because otherwise my finger would have been flicker ready, but unfortunately he played it quite well. So nice escape here from this Slims. I'm still staying a little bit in the jungle, doing some pot shots here on the minions in order to get some damage through before they hit our minions under the tower. I try to be a little bit of a nuisance here for Bright, and now the enemies are closing in, and now it's time to leave the jungle because otherwise that might just be a little bit bad for ourselves, but I just saw the opportunity of getting bright here for first blood, and I had to take it. But now it was my time to pull flicker and get out to safety here with the first blood and a really nice kill on the enemy jungler, setting him back for 20 or 30 seconds. And that just means that our jungler now has the possibility to get ahead in the jungle race, and I think that is fairly nice, and it was worth the outcome. The reward was actually quite high. For one flicker we got one kill, and I think that is something that you should always consider. If there is an opportunity to get the enemy jungler and put him in his tracks, that's always really welcome, because it just means that your jungler will have the opportunity to get ahead. And even if the jungler, if your jungler knows what he or she is doing, that might just be a really good chance to get into the enemy jungle, counter jungle, and get even more resources to put you even more ahead of the roster. So that's something that's actually quite important to have in mind. So if your jungler, if the enemy jungler is killed, try to check out if there is a chance to get into the enemy jungle if you are the jungler. So now we're defending our tower here. It's not really that much of a problem, because we are actually the hero with one of the longest range modes in the game with our flag movement here. So now there's another kill. I think Slims was just overextending way too much, and now we've got the opportunity to get another kill for the team. Unfortunately, I'm just standing around getting assists for my team, especially our support is quite aggressive. And yeah, that's just something that you need to take, because of course it's always better to get the kill, even if it's the support, instead of not getting kills at all, because it's just going to put your team ahead and give you more time to farm. And that's something that's really important for AD carries. Free farm is always welcome, and it's always a good thing to get the kills so that you've got time to farm without any problem and without any risk. So our team is leading by a huge amount of 4 kills already at 4 minutes, so I think we have doing a great job so far. The enemy is under heavy siege. Now I'm taking out my artillery, getting this completely defensive-less Alistair. I think that was way too aggressive and way too over the top to stand here so long. Now there is a teamie. I think he has just been popping ult. No, he's been popping ult right now. So we waited a little bit before we went for the killing blow. Went again quite fine for our support. So he is, I think, the kill leader right now. Been doing this quite well. And now it's bright ult, so we need to back off a little bit using all the spells I have, and I think that was just way too aggressive again, and I can score my 3rd kill in a row without any hesitation. And you should not ever play that aggressively under the tower if your life is half or less. So that was not that clever to fight me here under tower, especially because Brunhilda has the ability to boost herself up with some kind of shield using her S2. And if she does that tactically clever, you will have all the time in the world to just outplay the enemy under tower by just hovering around. And as you can see, it went fairly well for ourselves, and Bright doesn't have the best day of his life. So as my team is closing in on the bottom tower, I saw the opportunity to actually get middle first tower, and that's exactly what we're doing here. And now there is a lot of things going on the top lane, so we need to help our Ryoma here. It's a little bit difficult to find the best angle. I think Timmy has just been going for the ult, but it wasn't enough. And now we've got time to find the Alistair here in the bushes, and here we go. Sorry, buddy, but I kind of had the feeling that you were about to teleport back without running all the way back to base, and I just had to take the chance to get another kill. So now we are on 4 kills in total, putting the score on a 13 versus 4. Because we have the upper hand and we're pushing quite strongly on all the lanes, I saw a good window in getting Dark Slayer here completely uncontested. As you can see, my plan went fairly well, so now we've got the first Dark Slayer here in the game, and as you can see, Alistair is trying to block the minions here. He's actually has quite a good wave clear if he combines his two abilities, ability 1 and ability 2. Of course, he's not going to ult the minions here. That would be a waste of his ult, but he's got a pretty decent wave clear, and unfortunately again Slims makes it out alive. Now we are caught in the upcoming rubble without any problem, but I think the Bright just he just has given up. It's not his day. He was caught under the tower at first, now he's caught in the jungle, and there's not really that much that he wanted to do against us. He could have done, but he just intended to not do anything against us. And as you guys will see from the video length, this game is basically over. There's not much that the enemies are going to put against us. The next tower is about to fall. Here we go, enemy tower is destroyed. So it's just 3 towers between us and the core. I think I've never ever seen Lubu in any of the fights so far, so this is a first timer with another legendary kill here. Timmy has just put himself into ult stage. That means he's going to come back, but he is not fast enough to withstand our artillery blast. And I was just standing there. I was like, well, we're going to win the game anyways, so I can tank a little bit of the damage for my team. Of course, ruining my kills to 0 death score, but it doesn't really matter because this game is almost over. There are times when you have the feeling that the enemies might have a comeback, and you should always watch out for situations like this. But in this kind of case, I didn't have that feeling at all. So I was really confident, and therefore I sacrificed myself in the last scene, putting a lot of shots into Timmy here, engaging into the tower already. So that tower is going to fall with the next wave, I suppose. That was, at least that was my plan. Now trying to get some health back, but I don't have any of the health items built so far, so we can't really do anything against it. And now it's time to get back into ult state. I need to be careful here because Lubu was about to join the fight, but yeah, it wasn't that successful, and now I got shut down as a casualty. I think that was not really intended on killing me here. He was just putting down a template, but unfortunately we do get killed. But with a 12-2 score and 25-7, I can't really complain that much about the overall outcome so far. And as you guys can see, my team is already closing in, and this is the game. So 10 minutes in total, I guess. 9 minutes 43, another victory, great success. I think it was played fairly well with some brain fart moments where I was just giving up. Again, I'm legendary here. 45% damage in total for my team, so I think we did really good on supporting our team with MVP, but it seems that this was another bot game, so I can't really blame the enemies. But yeah, I think Brunhilda is actually quite strong, even if you're not fighting against bots here. But I would say she's not really a champion that many people have on the radar, because I don't really see her that often, and I don't understand it, because I think she's actually quite strong. So that was my verdict. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a great evening, and switch back into another video here on the channel in 2 days. Enjoy yourselves, and goodbye. Bye-bye.